Dear participants, you are most welcome to NRC Center, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Sagar. I am Dr. Kalinath Jha from the Department of Sociology and Social Work, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Sagar. Today, I am going to present on girl-child education, which is scheduled in a model that is social and rural development. First of all, I am going to present on patriarchy and gender roles. So, it is very necessary to understand the meaning, the concept, the meaningful implications of patriarchy. In my point of view, form of social organization in which heads and controls the family unit. In patriarchal society, men also control larger social and working group as well as government. The dominance of male values throughout society. A family or society in which authority is vested in males through whom descent and inheritance are traced. So, patriarchy is such a structure that is very much important from sociological point of view, because it controls each and every human behavior in the society. What it is a cultural organization, it is a social organization that controls the behavior through norms, through values, through normative patterns of the existing society. So, it is necessary at first to understand patriarchy as well as gender roles. So, whenever we talk about the gender roles, that means we are talking about the social roles. What are the social roles? That comes through the socialization process. And socialization process is a such process that determines the personality, that determines the knowledge, that determines the value, that determines the norms, and each and everything come from this process, and the socialization process starts from birth to death. So, from birth of a girl child or from birth of a male child, so it is very much important to look at what type of socialization they are being socialized. So, here is the crucial point, that is if you go through the whole socialization process in Indian society as well as other societies, you can find it that there is such discrimination among boy child and girl child, because there are certain prejudice, there are certain bias, there are certain concern, and there are egos, and there are feeling of supremacy, there are feeling of authority, there are feeling of supremacy to control each and every aspect, even sexuality, even female sexuality. So, from patriarchy to gender roles, it is interconnected. Why it is interconnected? Because socialization is being under the shadow of patriarchal norms. So, there is a gender bias, that is कि all women will be always in a subordinate position, because a typical male mind is running through the mind, that is I am going to control everything whatever it is because I am male. So, this is the typical male, and this is because the many psychological issues. I am going to explain and analyze very short that gender roles feeded to a biological being in conversion to a social being. So gender role is very much important because that determines the behavior, that determines the thought process, that determines the well-being of a human being. That's why gender role is fitted from birth to death, but initially it starts right from the birth to adolescent period very much seriously. Whenever you look at the relationship between individuals, the relationship between men to men, the relationship between men to women, the relationship between women to women, but you can find everywhere there is patriarchal norms, and they are guided, they are manipulated by the patriarchal norms, and what they are doing, it is controlled by the patriarchy. That's why the shadow of patriarchy is everywhere in the society. That's because of gender bias. So because of gender bias, there is discrimination between boy and a girl. So when the socialization process is very much different because she is a girl and because she is a boy and he is a boy. So that's why this discrimination creates on the basis of bias. So initially bias to difference between the girl and boys. You can see, you can look at each and every processes in the society, whatever it is educational, it is health, it is psychological, or it is related to other social institutions. Whenever you talk about family, marriage, everywhere there is discrimination because of gender bias, and there are so many complexes, and there are so many methodological concerns also, misinterpretations are also there. Women were very much strong in the Vedic eras, initially Vedic eras, Purva-Vedic, Middle Vedic eras, and when you talk about the post-Vedic eras to colonial phase, the deterioration has been started. So because of deterioration, everywhere man is in a comfortable position. Because of deterioration of women, that she is not strong on the basis of biology. So it is set by the men, the typical mentality. But we can look at on the biological basis, she is marching towards, she is adding towards, she is qualifying each and every positions. So biologically they were strong. I never agree that a girl is biologically weak in comparison to a boy, because so there are certain attributes of being a girl. So that's why that will be the most weak point according to typical male mind. When you talk about the Vedic era, so Ramante Tatra Devata. So when you talk about the concept of Parayadhan, when you understand about the concept of Lakshman Rekha, so there is always misinterpretations that there is boundary. Why there is boundary? So don't go outside from the hole. And the result is that women were confined into four walls. They can't go outside the four walls because of there is the concept of Lakshman Rekha, and that is misinterpreted by some typical main-minded people, and that become the essence of patriarchal norms. So there is Lakshman Rekha. So there is concept of alien daughter, Parayadhan. So they are not treated as women being. Women are not treated as human being because they are treated as alien daughter. That means parayadhan. So they are properties. They are properties of another person. It is not mine. So when we think that women is a property, girl is a property, and this property is for another person, so there is bias. So why we should go to develop girls' well-being? As far as education is concerned, as far as economy is concerned, so that's why there is bias and there is discrimination between the girls and the boy. But in the colonial phase also, so it is the worst position of Indian women. So in the Western world, when in 1949, when Srimati Bua wrote and published a book, The Second Sex, that is published in 1949 in French, and later on it is translated into English in 1953. That's why Srimati Bua has explained that what is the status and what is the concern of women. And in 1972 to 74, when a report came which was presented by the Beena Majumdar, so there was an anxiety started. So what is the status, what is the role, and what is the overall condition of women in India? That's why there is the concept of empowerment. So empowerment is also debatable word. Now it became the fashionable buzz. So empowered, so women are powered, women are also powered, right from the Gargi, Sita, Savitri. So you can go through the Indian mythology. So women were very much strong and there is no need to feed them extra power. Because there is Durga, there is Kali, there is Gargi, there is Maitri. So each and every energy was vested into them. So I never be agreed that she is not powered. Yes, when you talk about such aspects like educational development, like political participation, like economic development and another issues, so at different levels in comparison to men, they are lagging behind. So because they are struggling, but women in India they were struggling for their identities, for their rights and for their appreciation. So when you look at feminism, so there was the term equality. So here is the difference between Western and Indian perspective. So equality does not mean the disintegration of family in India. So that's why Indian women develops Indian womanhood and they are still struggling and marching ahead. But the concept, the term of equality means another aspect of women as far as Western country is concerned. Because when Anne Oakley wrote a book on housewife, so she has raised such questions. She has raised the wages, concerned about wages. So, but in India, no such women is struggling to receive wages from her husband, from her son. So it is not acceptable. It is not at all acceptable from the Indian women because there is sacrifice, because there is love, there is affection. So there is the concept of motherhood. So Western women are struggling against the motherhood, rearing, caring, and there are so many debates. There are debates on contraceptions. There are debates on reproduction. There are debates on control of our body. Yes, Indian women and all the Indian population became influenced by such ideology. But there is the process of we can call it, there is process of Indianization. So Indianization started. We Indians are not going to accept each and every ideology without a rational outlook. So we are not the followers. We are the givers. We are the knowledge makers. We are the knowledgeable being right from the ancient time to till death. So till date. So we are sharing knowledge. We are moving for the knowledge seeking. That's why the girl child education is very much important in this concern. So because of gender bias, so there is gender discrimination, and if there is gender discrimination, there will be gender inequality. So that's why there is gender equality between men and women, girl and boy. Because of gender inequality, that's why there is dropouts. There is the case of dropouts. When we look at rural India, we can find easily the maximum dropouts case is related to the girls. So girls are the victims of dropouts because of different causes. Poverty is one of the main causes. So mother is working on the outside or inside the home. So who will care her sister or brother at the time of when their mother is working? So that's why school is not important for that very girl. So important is rearing and caring of her brother or her sister. So that's why there is dropouts, and poverty is the major cause, and along with poverty there are different causes of dropouts. There is different causes like lack of infrastructures. So there no close to there is no school close to their homes. So there are so many causes of girls child education. Why girl child education is so became important? Because girls are the main root, women are the main central point in the society, because she can socialize each and every person on the basis of their knowledge, on the basis of their practice, on the basis of their experience. So if a girl is educated, they can educate hundreds of the people. But still we are talking about family, so they can educate each and every members of their family. And if there will be knowledge, so right from Indian methodology to Foucault, Western philosopher Foucault, when you talk about the power, the knowledge power, so you can easily observe that vidya dadati vinayam, vinaya dadati patratam, patratva dharma apnoti, dhanat dharma tatha sukham. Yani exactly, so what Indian methodology has said, ki knowledge power is very much important because it gives the behavior, it gives the vidya dadati patratam, it gives the personality traits, the recognition, the establishment of a personality. Patratva dhamapno, you can earn easily money and property on the basis of your knowledge. And patratva dharma apnoti, dhanat dharma tata sukham, and it results, it results will so nice that you can feel everything if you have knowledge power. You can govern everything on the basis of your knowledge power. That's why still we can say that girl were discriminated. They never be a controller, or they never be equal. That's why they were deprived from the education. If they don't get education, they never be succeeded to a man, to a boy. So then they, when you see the root cause of the discrimination, because of the comfortable zone, because of the supremacy, and because of subordination and domination. So girl education is so much important. When we get freedom, so we become much concerned with the education, equal in education. So that's why there are constitutional protection for girls, especially for their rights, so they can easily access their educational rights. So what was the scenario? And still we are not satisfied with the so much progress, but different policies and planning, on the basis of different and planning, we can assess that the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and different ministries at present time running a nice job, because of they have launched, they included especially girl, women in their policies, and became the centrality of that very policies. And they are running a lot of programs for, especially for the benefit of women, especially for the benefit of girls' child. So stigmas are there. When you talk about stigmas, you can understand that I am going to a particular case, and that is menstruation. So menstruation was a stigma. Still it is a stigma. So if you are educated, you can experience the biological issues, you can experience the logical issues, and we can explain it on your rationality. But problem is that there is stigma. They are treated as polluted. So they are eliminated from the mainstream because of their biological thing. So each and every girls are now being educated, and she is more free to explain their own body because of their knowledge. So when we talk about, right from the freedom movement, Gandhi was the, I can say Gandhi was doing the major work for the upliftment of women. For the first time, Gandhi was such a person. They invite women to go out from the four walls and become the part of Indian national movement. And women came outside the four walls. And because of, Gandhi said that the women are really good satyagrahis, because there are such attributes of satyagraha is inbuilt to them, and that is God gifted. So Gandhi, we can think that Gandhi was such a person. So really he has uplifted the value, the norms concerned about the women and girls, right from Jyotiba Phule, right from Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, and so many Indian reformers, thinkers, philosophers and social workers have emphasized the value of education, the quality of life, and the education. But the question of that, so gender discrimination is still persist. So that's why it is running on the shadow of patriarchy. So I am going to discuss the unequal sharing of life opportunity. So unequal sharing because of gender bias, unequal sharing because of gender discrimination, unequal sharing because of different such issues, and that is all related to the growth of education. So education is related to a human being, as well as it is related to the direct development concern. So girl child education, we can say that it is a lifeline to development of a nation. When we think about nation, so when you think about state, when we think about civil society, it is directly related to girl child education, because half of the total population is female. So I am going to discuss the developmental issues in relation to girl child education, because of it is necessary to explain that education, the relationship between education and development. But what type of education is more important nowadays? At the present time, so Central Ministry is doing a nice job, because the ministry is emphasized particularly on skill development. So what type of knowledge you are getting from the site, and if you are getting this type of knowledge without skill, then there is no use of such knowledge or degree. And if you are getting skills, then your knowledge should be applicable everywhere in your life, in the nation also. That's why skill is more important. So education build up confidence. What type of confidence? If you are getting educated, and your moral will be boosted up. What type of moral booster? That will generate self-confidence. And if you are self-confident, that no doubt you are empowered. So empowered, the term empowered is psychological. We can derive it that empowerment is not a fashion. Empowerment means I do not feel afraid. I am capable to do everything, whatever it is. So that is the real meaning of empowerment, and that came from self-confidence. So we can go everywhere, whatever it is, either in the night or in the morning. So then there will be no problem for me, because I am self-confident that I will do it. So not even that, more productive at work. If girls are being educated, and the educated girls are showing that they are more productive, the women are showing that they are more productive at work because of their skill, because of their knowledge, and they are applying their knowledge in each and every relations. So that's why they are multitasking, whatever it is management. So you can go and research to each and every home, every house, and you can find it that women are the best managers. So in this way, we are talking about importance of educating girl child in India, and that is the importance is economic empowerment, improved health, because she will know better to another person who is uneducated. So economic empowerment, improved health, improved life, choice to choose a profession, and that is very crucial point, that girls are not choosing of their own, they are controlled by their parent. So if she is educated, she can choose a profession of their own liking. And not even that, so there is a question of dignity and honor, they will get it if she is educated and skilled and more educated. So not even personal or being a human being. So it is directly related to the economic development and prosperity of a state. If girls are educated, the economic prosperity will be there. So, and the main question is that there are certain access in concern with girls, that improvement is necessary. What type of improvement? There should be parental and community involvement, and there should be low cost as well as free cost, low cost as well as free cost education, along with flexible timetables, because they are managing certain things at a time. So school close to home, it is necessary. It is necessary because there will be dropout case. With women teacher, it is also necessary that parents are most always they feel that that my daughter is going to school, so what will happen? And if there will be women teacher with a girl, so she will be friendly. So preparation for school. So parents should prepare himself also to send her daughter to a school, and the school must think about what type of curriculum they are launching. So relevant curricula should be there with, and when the question of state, there should be welfare policies and problems regarding girl child education. So dear participants, we have talked about a vital issue in Indian society, in contemporary society, and that is girl child education. So right from we have discussed the patriarchal norms, patriarchal issues, along with the gender roles. We have also discussed the gender bias, gender discrimination, and unequal sharing, and gender inequality. Dear participant, it is our concern to understand and think and applying the behavior that is most important, because one should have to know the gender implication in each and every walks of life. Dear participant, we are also discussing the importance, what are the importance of education of a girl, and parents are there, what should be on their side.